Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I came back to YouTube with some new hair. I got a new backdrop. I moved recently. I'm actually filming in my beauty room right now. I'm still figuring out the lighting in my studio. So once I get that, I'll probably be moving over to there. But yes, today I will be doing a review on a product that I did not see coming. It came out of nowhere. Jackie Aina and Anastasia collabed on a palette and it looks so beautiful, guys. It should be called When Queens Collab because I am a huge fan of Anastasia and her brand. I think she's amazing, and Jackie Aina is one of my favorite people ever. So I'm really excited for this. Anastasia also launched new foundations and new setting powder, so I decided to just do a full-on Anastasia review. I'm also going to be using some of my other favorite Anastasia products. I'm gonna try to use as many as possible in case you guys are new to the brand or if you are interested in picking up any of her stuff. If you guys are not subscribed, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, turn on your notification bells as well, and give this video a like if you like it, of course, or if you like this style of videos and you want me to make more. You can also find me on Twitter, Instagram. I don't really use my Snapchat anymore, but all of those channels, I will be sure to insert all of my handles in case you guys want to follow me there as well. So now let's open the star of the show. This is the Jackie Aina palette. It has her logo on it. It is a beautiful box, very Jackie, very extra, beautiful. And the packaging is identical on the inside. There are a few more shimmers than there are mattes. I really love these matte shades. I love that they're nice and warm. You can tell that these are going to look beautiful on everyone, especially people with deeper skin tones, which is really nice. And we also have some shimmer shades to switch it up. There are some purples, this red shade. This is one of those duochrome kind of purpley greens. And we also have a few tear duct shades, which is what I call them because I love a nice highlight right in the tear duct. Anastasia also launched 50 shades. Now, I don't know much about this product. I literally just looked it up and she sent me my range. It will be offered in 50 shades. It is described as a natural finish, which looks like glowing, gorgeous skin. It's vegan, gluten-free, cruelty-free, fragrance-free, alcohol-free, clinically tested, dermatologist tested, suitable for sensitive skin. Hello. And long wearing. It is priced at $38 for 1 fluid ounce of product. I'm not sure on the coverage of this product. That was the only thing that wasn't shared there. Love the bottle. Just says foundation on it. Has Anastasia's logo. It's very on brand for them, very sleek. I'm actually excited to try this product. There really have been very few things by the Anastasia Beverly Hills line that I have not liked or loved, but foundation is one of those things that you're not sure how your skin will respond. I really did like the ABH stick foundations. She came out with those a few years ago. So yeah, I'm excited to give these a go. And I know a lot of people are kind of over matte foundations. I personally, I like a matte foundation every now and again, but I get it when wanting something luminous, especially if you have drier skin. So I have I would say normal to oily skin, really sensitive, hyperpigmentation prone, and my skin also does break out from any product that does not agree with it. So we are going to start with shade 320 Neutral. I'm hoping that we have a match. If not, I'm just going to go with the closest shade to my match so that I can give you guys a little bit more about this foundation rather than just giving you swatches. Okay, so it is obviously a liquid, but it's not super watery. You guys can see. So this is 320N. So this is one of the neutral shades. Next we have 330W. I love how warm this one is. So yeah, I can definitely see the difference with the undertone. This one is more golden. See how you guys can see that this one is slightly more neutral. It has a hint of pink in there. And this one is golden. Next we have 335W, which is another golden shade. Next we have 340 Cool, so 340C. because I feel like right now they look pretty similar, but you can see like a distinction in the undertones. And lastly, we have 345C. I'm gonna obviously go with the deepest shade because I feel like that's the one that's gonna be closer to my skin tone. Right now I have a little bit of a tan, so I'm just gonna go with 345C. If I have to warm it up by bronzing up my skin, that's just what we're gonna do today. And we also have these setting powders, and this is a product that I did not know was going to be released. There are 5 shades in this collection. So we have deep peach, golden orange, vanilla, translucent, and banana. Probably gonna use banana or translucent for myself. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna prep my skin. This is a new primer for me. This is the It Cosmetics Your Skin But Better Primer Oil Free. The reason why I picked this one is because this one is called a makeup gripping base, and I've wanted to try this one. That word gripping just sells me because I feel like my makeup will not budge all day. So I'm taking some of that on the back of my hand, and I'm just going to apply that all over. I'm real tight about this pimple because my skin, guys, I've been so proud of her. Okay, so let's see if we can make this one match. I'm hoping. So I'm taking 4 pumps of that. I feel like that's a good place to start. And the brush I'm using is the 108 by Makeup Forever. So I'm just going to apply it to this side. I want to see what the coverage is. I got this little curl right here. It was not on purpose. I wish I was able to do that. But when I put my headscarf on, it just kind of formed that cute little curl. So I just want to put it on half of my face and kind of see. Yeah, it gives you like medium coverage because I do have some of my hyperpigmentation peeking through, and it doesn't feel heavy. So with one thin layer, I would say that it's very similar to like a sheer plus foundation. So it's not super sheer like a tinted moisturizer, but it gives you like a nice, just like evens you out a bit. And if your skin is like perfect and you have no hyperpigmentation or anything, it'll just look like really luminous skin. But if you need a little bit extra like me, you might need to just pat on. If you guys have tried like the NARS Radiant, it gives you like a similar finish. No powder, no nothing. This is what it looks like. Luminosity is there. So if you are dry or extra dry, this foundation will be bomb for you. The next product I'm going to go into is the Smashbox Studio Skin, and this is just going to bronze up my skin a bit, and then I'm going to go in, highlight, and do any spot concealing that I need to do. I like to take it on a brush just so that I can control exactly where it goes. Then I'm going to take that same foundation brush, and I'm just going to blend that out. Once you apply foundation, it just gives you like a blank canvas, and this just kind of brings you back. Now I'm going to be using 2 concealers. I'm using Flawless Fusion by Laura Mercier in 3W and 210 in Fenty. Fenty is lighter, so I like to go on with this first. I'm also trying a new sponge. You guys know how much I love beauty blenders, but I wanted to try this Microfiber. This is by Juno & Co. and kind of see what all that hype was about and see if it's worth it. Now I'm taking this sponge. It's a little bit more stiff than the Beauty Blender, but it says that it doesn't absorb any product at all. So I'm interested in seeing how it blends. Looks really pretty, actually. I actually really like how this sponge blends out. Like I said, it's slightly more stiff, but I feel like it's more of a controlled blend. Pleasantly surprised. Now I'm going to take something closer to my skin tone just because I want to add some more coverage where my hyperpigmentation is peeking through. And this is the Tarte Shape Tape in Tan Deep Sand. The reason why I used a darker concealer is because if you use like the same light one from under your eyes, you're just gonna have a bunch of like little light spots. But if you use something close to your skin tone but's more concentrated, it will just give you that coverage and you don't have to wear extra layers. You can just do like some spotting. Taking that 210 in Fenty, I'm just going right here, just because I like that to be nice and highlighted. Yes, this sponge is kind of lit. Okay, next we're going to take the setting powder. I love a good setting powder. I feel like I've tried a million of them and there's only like one or two that really speak to me. So I'm excited to try this one out and see how I like it. So this is Banana. This is what the case looks like. I gave it a nice pat. And this is, I like to bake. Some people just dust a little bit of powder under their eyes. Both methods work. So this is what I look like when I bake. So I let this sit for about 5 minutes before I dust it off. In the meanwhile, I'm going to just set the rest of my face using the Pure Cosmetics setting powder. I'm just gonna set the rest of my face very lightly, just to tone down any transfer. Taking a little bit more of that powder, and I'm gonna use that to dust off the excess. So I feel like you can see a bit of my, like, where I place the powder. Besides that, I think it looks really good. I'm trying to blend it out with the brush, but I don't want to like disturb the foundation. It kind of pulled the foundation off of my nose too, which really sucks. A few sprays of the Dewy set. Sometimes when my makeup looks kind of powdery, I just apply some setting spray and that just helps melt my foundation back in. I feel like I'm not really seeing the line, so I'm happy. If I use any other product besides Anastasia brow product, it would be a travesty. So I'm going to use my favorite, which is the Brow Wiz. There's something about a micro pencil that I really like. I can either use shade Soft Brown, which is what I use when my hair is blonde, just because I want my brows to be lighter. But today I'm going to use Medium Brown. So I just want like a nice feathered, bold brow. Okay, so now the brows are done. I added some highlight underneath, just some concealer, just to kind of give that appearance of an arch. And I want to slightly bronze up my skin. The next 3 products are all ABH products that I really like. The bronzer I don't reach for as much, but I do like this bronzer. But the blush palette and the highlighters are 2 of my favorites. I'm just going to slightly, a hint of warmth. Honestly, I'm not even doing a lot with this product. Next, we're taking Peachy Love. This one is also by Anastasia. I reach for this one all the time. I like to mix them. You don't need a lot of product because you can see that it obviously gives you a ton of color. Maybe a little bit too much blush. And now we can jump into the Jackie palette. I'm so excited for her. Congratulations, babe. I love you. The palette is beautiful. I'm going to just prime my eye using the P. Louise base. I did have the Anastasia eye primer recently sent to me. Cannot find it anywhere. I've been looking everywhere for this freaking primer because I wanted to use it with this palette, but we're just going to use something else for today. I really do like this eye primer. I use this one all the time, so not a biggie. This palette is priced at $45, which I think is right on brand for Anastasia. If the quality of these shades are anything like her other palettes, I'm sure it's going to be bomb. I love the shades in this palette. I think that it gives you a nice range. There's some cool tones, warm tones. There's some mattes, shimmers. You can work in here if you just want something really neutral. You can go into this area if you want to turn up a bit. And there's also some tear duct shades, which is what I look for when I look at a palette, just because I love an inner tear duct highlight. But I think that this palette was done beautifully. All the shades look really pretty. I've seen a ton of swatches on different skin tones, which I love. So I think everyone is going to be able to use this palette and appreciate it and be able to create looks on themselves. Here is the full swatched palette, guys. Ugh, look at these shades. So rich, so beautiful, versatile. There's a little bit for everybody. I think Jackie nailed it with this one. Okay, now let's get into a look. Ginger has been calling my name. I just love like a good warm crease color. So this is the one that I'm starting with. Oh, that color payoff, yes. I did not set my eyes. Some people ask with the P. Louise base because some people like to set it and some people just go right into it. This color is richer on the lid than it looks in the pan. It's a really pretty crease color. I did look online, so these are pressed pigments. They have the matte formula, and they also have the metallics. We're gonna see how it's gonna look because I'm gonna be mixing the neutral shades and the other shades, like the brighter shades, just because I want to see what it would look like. So now I'm gonna go right into Supreme, that pink shade, and I'm bringing it slightly above the crease as well. That blended out really pretty. Starting right on the edge and light strokes. So now I'm going to take Big Wig, which is the purple shade, and I'm going to just start buffing that in. The color builds really nicely. Doesn't look patchy. Yeah, so right now we're 3 shades in using that brush that I used for the pink. I'm gonna diffuse that, taking a little bit of that pink because I feel like I kind of blended it too much. I'm gonna use the word that is so overused for describing eyeshadows, but it truly is. The eyeshadows are really buttery and they blend really nicely. So this brush is the Smith 256. This is what I'm using to carve. So I think I'm gonna do like multiple shimmers on the lid. We will see how that starts to look. I wore black because I wasn't sure what eye look I was gonna do. That's what I'm telling myself. I always wear black. Now I'm gonna take Credit, which is this brown shade. And I just wanna deepen this outer V. Not a ton, because I don't wanna take away that purple. I'm using this one similar to like a black. And I feel like at this point, most of us already have a good black. I'm actually really excited to use Zam. That was the eyeshadow that caught my eye. Oh, yes. If you ever have a pigment, because this one is definitely a pressed pigment, and you just want to make it pop, throw a little Fix Plus on that. Oh, yes. So now that the first shade is on, you guys can see that I brought that pretty high. Next, I'm gonna go into Soleil. It's like a champagne rose gold shade, which is Jackie's fave color. So I figured there would be at least one rose gold adjacent shade. And I use that same brush, I just flipped it to the other side. And I just wanna marry those two. And now I'm gonna do the same thing using the flat side of the brush, and that's what I'm using to cut the crease. And then right in the center where they merge, ooh, this is so pretty. I haven't experienced any fallout with any of the shades minus Zam. And I can kind of tell when I went in with my brush, which is why I added some spray. You just have to adjust your method. So the lightest hand, because I don't want the end of that shimmer to be blunt. I want it to kind of fade. I love this eye look. Now I'm gonna apply Trust Issues, girl. Yes. I can tell this shade is gonna give me life. It's like one of those icy white with the gold. Yes! So beautiful. If you have purchased any of Anastasia's other palettes, quality's there. So taking a tiny detailer brush, go back into Credit, add some final depth, taking Perversion. This one is by Urban Decay. This bad boy is, oh my god, I almost broke my nail. This one is dry and tired. I grabbed a new kohl pencil. This one is by Pixie. Line my waterline. I love how like black this comes out and it doesn't irritate your like eyes because you have to constantly rub it. It's like a smooth formula. I do this so that when you apply lashes, whew, you don't see that gap. I jump around a lot when I do my makeup. This is So Hollywood by ABH. I'm pretty sure this highlighter came out, I don't even know, like 6 or 7 years ago. I still really love it. My eyes are doing the talking today, so I'm just going to apply a touch. Show you guys the lip I'm going to do. Anastasia Nude. Love these. These are the matte lipsticks. I'm going to pair Nude with the brown liner. No, chocolate liner by LA Girl. Pretty sure I did an IG video of this lip because it's just like the perfect nude situation. And this is just a good nude lip. It's not too peachy. It's not too cool. It's not too brown. These lipsticks are bomb if you are kind of over liquid lipsticks, but you still want something matte but comfortable. I'm gonna put some lashes on, mascara, all that good stuff, and then we can talk. This is the final look, guys. These lashes set this look off. It looks so good. Love the way that this eye look came out. I want to break down the products that I use, but in case anybody asks, I am using Page Lashes by Lena Lashes, and I used the Lancome. I'm not sure which mascara. Oh, Grandiosi. I know I messed that up. Grandiosi. Why am I saying it like a Harry Potter freaking spell? And now I want to break down some of, you know, my final thoughts about these products because I did review a few things. So let's talk about the foundation because I feel like a few of you guys came here for that. I did a poll on Instagram and a lot of you guys were interested in the foundation. So I am shade 345C. That's the one I use today. Been wearing it probably about 2.5 hours, almost 3 hours because I took a little bit of a break. And this is what it looks like. It did not oxidize, which is very important because a few other foundations do oxidize, especially like in this range for whatever reason. Sometimes they turn a bit like gray, which is horrible. But this one looks pretty good still. I do like the foundation. It is a medium coverage foundation if you do have hyperpigmentation or texture. So you guys can see I have some texture right here. And you can also see like my hyperpigmentation peeking through. I did do a little bit of spot treatment, but nothing like excessive because I did kind of want you guys to get a feel for this foundation. So if you have texture, it's gonna show, especially because it is a luminous foundation. So if you have very textured skin, I would probably avoid this foundation. I would go for something more matte. Or if you don't give a fuck and you got textured skin, I'm here with you because I'm wearing it. I do like it and I will wear it again. I would say that it's similar to the NARS Radiant Longwear, but I would say with this product you do need a powder even if you want it to be luminous because it'll be very, very shiny. If you have extra dry skin, that might be the look that you go for, but you'll probably get a little bit of transfer with that compared to, let me see. There, I can't even really tell because it's my skin tone. I honestly am not really seeing a lot of transfer, which is something that's really nice. I would say that my skin is pretty normal to oily. You can get away with it if you like the more luminous look, and obviously dry and extra dry, this foundation will be a dream. Now when it comes to the powder, so the powder is priced at $36 for 0.9 ounces of product, and I compared it to the Laura Mercier, which is the one that I always use. That one is $39 for 1 ounce of product. And the Too Faced, which is also one that I like. That one I couldn't find the ounces. It's probably something similar, and that one's $33. So they're all like kind of in the same range. Now I think that when it comes to the shades, these are pretty good. I think that she has like a nice range. When it comes to the shades for this, you don't need a ton of them, just because you kind of just need to use like what your like scope of your skin tone is. So I can get away with banana. I think that I can even get away with deep peach. This one's also really pretty and translucent as well. So there's some versatility with that. Now it is finely milled, but when I applied it, I felt like, one, it took away some of the makeup from around my nose or like on my nose. It also was hard for me to blend out that line from the powder. It wasn't the most annoying thing. I've also experienced that with other powders, and usually with that you have to go in with a lighter hand, so you can't do like the full bake like I like to do. So you can either use a brush like this and kind of pat it on. So if that's your way of applying powder, I don't think that you'll have any issue with this at all. But if you like to bake, let it sit, you are gonna have that line. And from like constantly trying to like blend that out, that can also disturb the foundation. Is it a deal breaker for me? No. I'll be reaching for this one. I will try it again. I'm gonna try it with the other method, just kind of like dabbing it on and seeing what that looks like. The reason why I usually bake is because I get really oily in like my T-zone. Maybe it'll still hold me down if I just apply it lightly, or just like a light bake compared to what I usually do, and then I'll see if I'll get different results. But it doesn't have a scent, which I like. It was finely milled. It doesn't kind of like grit up on you. Some powders, when you put them over concealers, they kind of like ball up, which is weird. And I think that it gave me some nice highlight under my eyes. It was very even. It wasn't like chunky or cakey. Those are all really great things about this powder. The only thing was about that freaking line. And the last product is the Jackie Aina palette. Once again, this product is priced at $45 for 14 shades. There are a mix of metallics and mattes, and there's a ton of different combinations that you can do. I absolutely love this product. I would buy this one a ton of times over. I actually might buy an extra one just to have it in my kit because it is limited edition. Pigmentation was there. There was very little fallout aside from trust issues and Zam, which I expected. As soon as I went into the pan, you can kind of tell, especially if you play with makeup, you can kind of tell the shadows that are going to have some more of that fallout. So Zam and trust issues are the only two that gave me that, and I feel like Zola's might be another one that also has like a similar fallout situation, but it wasn't bad. They were really easy to blend. Yeah, I knew that the eyeshadows would probably be bomb unless it was like a crazy fluke, and for whatever reason they were not. These were amazing. You guys can see that I used, how many shades did I use? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I used 7 of the 14 shades. So I used half of the palette on my eyes. They all blended super seamlessly, beautiful color payoff, very rich. And the word that I try not to use when describing eyeshadows, very buttery, creamy. They weren't dry, especially the mattes. Sometimes that's an issue with mattes. They kind of go on kind of dry, and then they're harder to buff out. I didn't have that issue with this at all. Really love this palette. This is probably my favorite product of the 3 from Anastasia. I would say the palette, followed by the foundation, followed by the powder. All in all, I think that they all had great points. This one, of course, didn't have any issues for me at all. The foundation, just 1 or 2 things that you'll have to adjust depending on how you like your foundation, but also everyone doesn't like full coverage. And the powder, like I said, it had great points, but there was a few things that I would change or would also need to adjust in my routine. So that is the full video, guys. I hope that I covered all bases when it came to these products. I don't think I've ever reviewed so many products in one video, so I hope that I did it justice. Let me know what you think about these products. Are these something that you would purchase yourself? Is the palette speaking to you, the powder, the foundation? Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe before you leave, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.